We live. Yeah,
Yo,
we
yo,
live. We
yo,
live. We live. We
we
live.
live.
Yep, yep, yep. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. We gonna get into this story real quick. We ain't gonna keep y'all too long, but we definitely had to hop on here, check in with y'all, get on this live stream. You know what I'm saying? Talk about a topic, quick topic. Check in
Real
with
quick,
y'all.
real quick.
Yeah, tap in with us, man. Make sure y'all tap in like this video. We about to get into it, man. All right, we're gonna let y'all pile up in here a little bit more, man. Hope everybody Wednesday doing, going good. Everybody night's going good. You know what I mean? We just came to tap in with y'all real quick. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Let us know if the audio's good. Let us know if we
Yo,
good. Yeah, let us know we coming in clear too, y'all.
yo, we coming in clear.
Let us know we coming in
Yo,
clear. They have StreamYard been having difficulties with using these browsers with the StreamYard. They already start putting out memos and shit. But yeah. All right, we're gonna have to get into Steffan, uh Karrine Steffans, aka Superhead. I think she changed her name to Overseen or something like that now. Elizabeth Overseen. So we're gonna get into this story.
that's cause she fake.
Um yeah, yeah, she rebranded herself and all that. So recently she did an interview on Piers Morgan. And, they of course they brung up the Diddy, brung up Diddy trial and all that. Cause she was running around with a whole lot of rappers back then. She even wrote a book about it. Entertainers, period. Ball players, rappers, all that. So we gonna have to get into this. Now she went on Piers Morgan and said Piers Morgan asked her, did she ever sleep with Diddy, and she said she don't recall, but not according to the shit that are used to come out already from back in the early 2000s. So we gonna get into that. So we
But the
wanted to hop
thing is,
into
why did
Prince
Pierce even ask her that question? Why does that even matter?
because he being messy. Because
Why did
it's
Pierce
the
ask her
click.
that question?
He's calculating. Everybody doing shit for the clicks,
He's
bro.
a
So
BSer.
for him to even
Pierce
have
Morgan a
Jaguar on
BSer,
there,
man.
for him to have Jag on there, we know that nigga was for
Oh yeah,
clickbait.
he's a scumbag putting Jag on there.
Yeah, right. He put
We
Jag
all
on
know
there,
she be
bro.
lying.
Facts. He put
And
Jag
he
on there.
knows she be lying.
I don't even think he did it. Yeah, he probably do, but he knows she bring them numbers, so he just threw on there.
Yeah, but
Same
she
reason.
almost got his ass sued though.
Facts. Facts. All right, so Karrine Steffans says she's unsure if Diddy took advantage of her while she was under influence. Fears that they may be in the case after following the trial, despite having the memory of a sexual relationship with him. I can't be sure. So she don't really remember she slept with the nigga or not. Man, what's wrong with you people, man? Everybody got a Diddy story now. Everybody want to be involved. Anybody that was around want to be involved now. They're like, shit, I gotta get me a piece of the cake out of this. Corinne said, F it. I might as well come out the woodwork and get some damn interview time. But let's go ahead and get into this video,
Came
man.
out the
And
woodwork to
post
get some money.
Yes, get some, you know what I mean? Get some bread real quick, get a slice.
questions in that book that that I think sent certain people down the direction that leads us to where we are now.
Just explain that a little more. What were the questions you think that we're talking about?
Well, honestly, I'm just now getting context on a lot of the questions that I had then. After the trial gave me way more context. But just about, I think, his sexual proclivities and what we saw in hanging out with him, the kind of clubs he took us to, even conversations he and I had. One in particular where I didn't understand it at the time. And honestly, Piers, I'm getting new understanding about this line of questioning. I wrote about this in Confessions where my boyfriend and I at the time had gone to his home for New Year's Eve, Christmas, New Year's Eve kind of festivities. And he pulled me to the side and was just like, we're friends, right? We're friends. And I was like, yeah, we're friends. And like, we're good. And I'm like, yeah, we're good. And I couldn't figure out what he meant. And I wrote about this where I didn't know what he was talking about. And he just kind of went on to say,
Don't
you
you
know, I have
think?
kids,
Don't
I have
you
a
do that?
mom, and if anything got out,
Don't you do
it would
that?
really hurt them. And I honestly, at that point in stage, did not know or remember what he was talking about.
SuperHead, don't you do it.
And so we just kind of laughed it off, like, what's going on with him, you know? And things that he said to my boyfriend, like, don't trust her, you know, she might have her on video with, you know, in precarious positions, and this is back before cell phone cameras. So I was just like, what video? I didn't understand any of it. Now after the trial and the things that have come out
Don't you do it.
from the trial, this gives these conversations a lot more context. But at the time when confessions came out, it did make us all wonder, what was he so afraid of? I didn't even know what I had seen or didn't see, or if there's something happened that I didn't remember from our time together. But he was very afraid.
Do you actually have any kind of sexual relationship with Diddy at all?
No, Diddy and I did not. No, well, not to my knowledge.
Man, don't you do it.
What do you mean by that?
Don't you do it.
Not to my knowledge. I don't.
Stop acting like he drugged you, ma'am. See, I hate this. I hate when they get these people in the media and I hate this because I know where she's trying to go with it. Don't do that shit. Don't do that. Don't
because if that was the case, she would have mentioned that years ago, and she wrote it in her book.
Right, don't do that shit, Steffan. Don't try to say the nigga drugged you and took advantage of you. Don't do that shit. Don't do that.
But you know why she's gonna do that? She's trying to get her little.
These niggas, bro.
She's trying to get some. You know, she see everybody else getting some. Now she want a little bit of something off this Diddy shit.
That's crazy, bro.
You see the game. You see how the game is. That's why I said you can't trust. You can't trust a lot of these people out here, these Jane Does and all these extra motherfuckers coming out of the woodwork saying Diddy did this and Diddy did that. All of them is just trying to get something out of the situation.
Yeah, don't come out the woodwork and just say this nigga drug. She trying to say not to my knowledge because she's trying to push the narrative of he drugged me. I don't know if we had sex or not. And she's trying to paint the narrative of like Diddy did something, but not wanting it to get out. She like she acting like Diddy came. We friends, right? We friends. You know, I got kids and like he was, scared of some shit coming out. Yeah, that's why I know she faking. Just the way her body language is and the way she takes long to answer the questions, how she you can analyze this shit and tell SuperHead on some cap shit, bro.
And she don't know if she screwed Diddy or not.
Right.
That's cat. Now she might be implying that he drugged her, but we also could look at it like she ain't know who D was in her because it was just a room full of motherfuckers.
Right.
So he could have stuck his thing in there, and she probably ain't even realize it anyway because multiple dudes was sticking their thing in.
Honestly, I'm questioning a lot of things right now.
What you question?
Well,
so not to my knowledge. I don't think anything right now. Just not to my knowledge because honestly.
That's a very strange response.
Look how she looking around. Like she capping like SuperHead, you cap. But look how she just look around. Not to my knowledge, and I don't want to say too much. And she on that kick like bitch. You know you trying to spin a narrative.
Those are the lion eyes or the captain eyes.
Just looking around the whole room and shit. But you can't even look directly at the camera and say that shit. You lying ass scumbag. She lying like a mug, bro. Like what the hell? You why are your eyes looking all around the damn place? This is SuperHead, man.
She got screwed by everybody in the music industry.
Right. Like she got a vendetta for after all the people that she done slept with throughout the industry and wrote books. Like, man, you wrote a whole book about your experience in the industry and who you slept using niggas' names. Like everybody knew who the hell she was talking about. So since she wanted to do that, man, let's go ahead and just go back real quick. Let's just hop right into it. Let me know if y'all can hear it. Please smash the like button. Double tap the screen, like this video. This video is sponsored by 90dayherbals.com. Again, that's 90dayherbals.com, where you can get high quality CBD detox. We have things on there for pain. We have a lot of CBD for y'all that have trouble sleeping, dealing with inflammation, stressed out, depressed, whatever. You know what I mean? Definitely hit up our shop, 90dayherbals.com. Let's go ahead and get into it, bro. Let's just refresh everybody's memory.
Karrine SuperHead Steffans was a frequent guest at Sean Diddy Combs' Freak Offs, Media Takeout has learned. And now she's telling what she saw. The author of Confessions of a Video Vixen, which first exposed the dangerous and disgusting behavior of hip-hop stars when it was published nearly 2 decades ago, says that she was gifted to Diddy in February 2001, fresh off his split with Jennifer Lopez, after a day of popping pills and drinking with music executive Gotti around Los Angeles in a limousine.
Oh, let's stop it there real quick. The fact that she was popping pills and drinking and doing all that shit. Don't be trying to say niggas drugged you when you was already doing that. So let's continue.
Her new revelations come during an in-depth interview with the Daily Beast. Karrine no longer goes by the name SuperHead. She legally changed her name to Elizabeth Overson. In retrospect, I realized that I was given to him as a gift by another executive, says Elizabeth Overson, 46, in an interview with the Daily Beast. Diddy's car pulled up as they were leaving a club around 3 a.m. She remembered, he asked who I was, and the men spoke for me. Those men, Overson alleged in her 2005 Vixen memoir, were Murder Inc. Records boss Irv Gotti and flagship artist Ja Rule. Diddy, then known as Puff Daddy, was at the forefront of the $1 Million Look, Overson remembers, and she knew meeting him at that club was an opportunity. He was like, send her to my house, she says. And that was it. I got the order to go to his house, and that was the first time he and I spent time. Overson knew what was expected of her when she showed up to Diddy's house, and she went in eyes open planning to write about a world where nearly everything goes. I was not one of his victims, Overson told the Daily Beast. And his victims deserve the space and time to discuss what happened in those rooms. At one party allegedly at Diddy's mansion on Miami's Star Island, the same mansion he allegedly put up as bail collateral after his September 16th arrest on racketeering and human trafficking charges, Overson remembers it like The Great Gatsby: men in tuxedos, topless women in angel wings, champagne and synchronized swimmers on the outside, with group sex in the bathrooms, trays of hors d'oeuvres and drug pills being passed around on the inside. You choose your pill, you take your champagne, and that's your vibe for the night, she says. It's F-I-N-G intense. She adds, and that was kind of one scene. But there's more. Overson said seeing video of Diddy attacking his then-girlfriend Cassie after an alleged freak-off was triggering. I didn't watch the whole thing. It was very triggering. And I knew exactly what that was, says Overson, revealing that she has been frequently abused by rappers that she has dated. I know exactly how that feels. I know exactly how that feels. She adds, and it's not just Diddy, and it's not just music or hip-hop. The problem, Overson said, is men who deep down hate women. Men who hate women, men who hate who they are, who can't admit to their sexuality, who are pretending to be straight when they're not. And they hate women because they can't, says Overson. They don't love women. Most of them want to be women, and they can't, and they hate us. They beat us early and often. In another scene from her book, Overson remembered popping ecstasy and Diddy taking her and rapper Exhibit to a queer club. In another moment, Diddy allegedly warned the rapper, who she called a friend, that she was the type of woman who would have you on tape with fingers in your... That was so weird. It was so weird, says Overson. And X thought it was weird. She adds, I mean, we hadn't even had sex, Diddy and I, so I'm like, well, that's a weird thing to say.
You walked in on record executives having gay sex, or one executive having gay sex with a man. Mm-hmm. You don't mention that person's name. Can we talk about what record label?
No, that'll give it away. But
what letter does it start with?
Not even, that'll give it away.
let's continue with the problems. There was a party in Miami, and you showed up with Exhibit, and it was Puffy was at the party, or it was his party. And when he saw you come in, it was like he saw a ghost, and he immediately asked you why you were there. He thought that you were there to blow up his spot. He then pulled Exhibit aside and asked Exhibit to get you out of the party.
What's your story?
Yeah, what happened?
Nah, I mean, well, as a single man, you know what I'm saying? I have no shame in my game with that. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I was at the time, and we went to Florida. We got invited to a Puffy party, the New Year's Eve party. Went to the party, you know.
All dudes?
Yeah. Nah, it was actually a good party. You know what I'm saying? It was on South Beach, right?
Right.
So then we go to the house, and then, you know, he invited us to the house because he wanted to go to the club afterwards, right?
Good party.
So SuperHead is with me, you know what I'm saying? Karrine is with me, you know what I'm saying? Whatever.
SuperHead.
Yeah. So she takes me, Puffy calls me outside. He's like, hey man, you know, that girl you know about the girl you. I was like, yeah, man, everybody know about, you know what I'm saying? What's happening? You know, he's like, that's the devil, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what you mean that's the devil?
The devil got a pretty mouth.
Yeah, and I was like, what you mean that's the devil? You know, and then he's like, yeah, man, she videotaped you with fingers in the boot.
That's a new
movie. You know
movie.
what I'm saying? I was
The
like,
devil
what?
sucks penis.
Yeah, what the keep talking about?
Rewind. I heard a penis and a finger. Sorry, what?
She said
so Puffy tells you that
she will videotape you with fingers in, and I was like, what the does that mean?
Yeah, what
know
does
what
that mean?
confession.
So then I go back in the house and I ask her, what are you talking about? He
But you
said you're a
ask him?
filmer. Yeah, I did ask him. He's just like, whatever. He went off and did his thing. And I was
Was
like,
he limping?
He walked away and the nail fell out his boot.
No, I'm gonna clear this shit up because I'm not gonna have my name. I ain't gonna have my name out there crazy like that.
Go ahead.
So then she say, I told him what he told me, and she was like, she started laughing like a mother. Tell you later. So then I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna make a big deal of it, whatever. So then then I guess he's had some prior incident with her that he don't want nobody to know about. You know what I'm saying? So we get into the truck. He said, let's go to this club. So everybody probably the car is silent. You know what I'm saying? We get to this club, and then we walk in the back way. It's a VIP lounge. Ain't nobody in there. And then, you know, the club is going. It's all jumping. And then I'm sitting there with old girl. So then you know, he's doing his business. We go down and get a drink. You know, we sitting there bobbing to the music, and then she point over the corner. It's two dudes kissing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, the f is this? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. Then it's girls in the club too. And then she pointed another direction. It's another dude over there, like butt naked dancing. You know what I'm saying? We take off, man. You know what I'm saying? We leave the club directly. I didn't say peace to nobody. I didn't see nobody. Gay. Yeah, it was suspect. A lot of suspect.
The club was
you could chalk it up to being in Miami or whatever. I've been in a gang. I've been in a gang of clubs, man.
The club was called.
And I ain't never mistakenly stepped into a club having that kind of activity. You know what I'm saying? So there it is. So we took a cab home back to where I was, and
So there you have it. We have Karrine Steffans, aka SuperHead, aka Overson, whatever her name is, Elizabeth Overson, coming out doing the interview with Piers Morgan, speaking on Diddy, and then I guess she trying to insinuate Diddy did something to her. I bet you she just lined that interview up so she could continue on talking about this shit. That's what it seems like to me. Yeah, but that's
more of these clowns come out, the more innocent Diddy sounds, because it just seemed like people just bringing up any old stories, you know what I'm saying, about Diddy. And it's never nothing that he should have got convicted for life in prison for. Because it seemed like everything is consensual with that guy.
Yeah.
Everything was consensual with that guy. And then everybody else who try to say other things, you could tell that they capping.
Yeah.
Because why would you still be around him? Why was y'all still around him even after he so-called did these things? Y'all was still trying to get jobs with him. You was still around him. You was still talking about him on social media in a way that, you know, praising him.
All right. Like
as soon as the law's after him, all of a sudden now he did this to me and he did that to me.
Right. Man, SuperHead ain't She's just trying to get her name back out there off this Diddy shit. Like ain't nobody dumb. She ain't even had shit to talk about on Piers Morgan. She wasn't talking about nothing. But she wasn't even around Diddy for years. You don't know what the hell going on. She just ain't up there, bro. She up there just to be up there, just to get some shine in the camera and get her name back out there in the media.
Well,
She
Pierce
ain't had,
got her up there. You know,
yeah,
Pierce, he does the research.
yeah, but you know, it'd be more so they representatives that be reaching out to him sometimes. Be like, yeah, Karrine Steffans want to come on, cause where the hell she been at? Where the hell SuperHead been at? Ain't nobody been talking about SuperHead for years. She come out with a whole new name, Elizabeth Overson. Like, ain't
Right.
nobody been talking about this chick, man. Like we said, she
That's because
got
she
her
had to rebrand herself because she was just known
right,
as a video hoe.
right. She just trying to get her name back out there. She ain't had nothing to say in this damn Diddy interview with nothing. I mean, this interview with Piers Morgan talking about Diddy's nothing. She didn't say nothing. The whole time her eyes was scanning around the damn room. She couldn't even look directly in the camera. Like she just up there just to get her name back out there.
Yeah, now her name's Karrine Steffans again since this Diddy shit popping off, but then she
Right,
tried to
yeah.
change her name
Yeah,
up.
she ain't
But she had to
Elizabeth
go back to her old name
for
just so she
facts.
could get a little bit of shine off this Diddy stuff. No pun
Bro,
intended.
facts. Cause if she wanted her new name, she would have told him she would have went up there as Elizabeth Overson and not no damn Karrine Steffans. Let me
Exactly.
look up
She
this
went up there
Piers
as
Morgan
Karrine
interview.
Steffans so she could get a little bit of shine off of the shit that's going on with Diddy right now.
Let me see if he put her name in the title. Let me see Piers Morgan. Cause I ain't really even checked the title because I, got the clip from the blogs. From the blogs. Let me see. Nah, he got Elizabeth Overson in the title. But everybody knows who she is. She known as Superhead, aka Karrine Steffans. Like nobody's gonna really know her by Elizabeth Overson.
What is that Elizabeth Overson shit? Where did she get
Yeah,
that
I
from?
don't know. I don't even know,
Where
bro.
she come up with that make
Right.
believe name? What's she
She
trying? Oh, that's her penmanship name or some shit.
yeah. It's
That
like
under
a
the
penmanship.
penmanship that she
Right.
write under? Cause that sounds like a
Yeah.
author's name.
Yeah, it's like on some author shit. Right. Facts. But ain't nobody been talking about this chick for years. She ain't nobody even bring her up. None of that. Like
Plus, she didn't say nothing. Never say Diddy did anything over the years. She would have been said that.
yeah, right.
She would have been came out with that shit in a book or something. She would have been made money off of that
Right.
ages ago if that was the case.
That's a fact.
Talking about some she don't know if she smashed him or not. Trying to imply like he drugged her and she don't even know if she had sex with him or not.
Right.
Knowing damn well
Play this shit.
she was taking drugs herself around that time. And it was a whole room full of niggas smashing.
They was all doing ecstasy, drinking around that time. Ecstasy. That's when ecstasy was real heavy. You know what I'm saying?
You know she up there capping.
All right. I want to play this one more time because I want to get y'all
to not remember
one more
you
time
didn't.
with this shit.
Yeah, isn't it?
Mm.
It is.
Look,
yeah, it is. Because honestly, Piers, before before I went through my text, again, I hadn't read Confessions in 20 years. I wrote it. It was painful to write. So I never wanted to re-traumatize myself and go through those years again. And think about this. I'm a middle-aged woman at this point. I don't want to go back into my 20s and see what happened. But in gathering information for this interview here, reading that passage again for the first time in 20 years, I questioned a lot of things like, well, why was he so afraid? And why did he try to, make my boyfriend feel as if I wasn't trustworthy? And
do you think he took advantage of you when you were under the influence of alcohol and drugs?
I don't know.
I'm done with this, bro. Get her the F off my screen. Now you see, she trying to come back and spin the block and say Diddy, yeah, I mean, like, come on, bro. You would have been said that shit. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. This shit is crazy to me, bro. Like, I don't get it. These people come up from under the rock. Like, where was y'all at the whole time? Like, this should be crazy to me, bro. But like we said, everybody trying to get a piece of the, you know what I mean, a piece of the pie, because they was around during that time, so they got to come out and speak on something.
I mean, with women like her, anything to get your name back in the media popping.
Yeah,
Like you said, where's she been all these years? Nobody wasn't thinking about her. This whole Diddy case, nobody never thought to bring up Superhead. No one talked
right.
about her.
Yeah,
Only, you know what I'm saying? So she's like, damn, I see everybody out here telling they old Diddy stories.
right,
Won't
right,
not go, you know what I mean? Won't not go out there and tell my old Diddy stories, get a little bit of shine.
right,
No pun intended.
right. But don't insinuate that brother drugged you and all that shit. If
Of
you
course
want
she
to
gonna
talk,
do that.
if you want to talk about, you want to talk about Diddy and the time that you spent the round ball and do all that, but like you know, you would have been if Diddy really did, she would have been spoke out about that shit, cause she exposed everything else. I mean, she probably didn't say, you know, everything, but she said enough. She said enough. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. She nobody's been speaking about this chick for years.
She wasn't even around when all the Diddy stuff went down that they claim went down. She wasn't even around them around that time.
Exactly.
Why she have a say so at all? Why they even ask her anything?
I have no clue, bro. I had no clue. And like you said, she's trying to get her name relevant again.
And like you said, she went on there and said absolutely nothing.
She had absolutely nothing. Like, what's the point of?
She ain't say shit
She
on
ain't
there.
had
Like, what you go
because
on
she,
there for?
because she wasn't around during the time Diddy was being
She
investigated.
ain't
Like,
say
far as
nothing.
like from the time that he was being investigated for the cast, you know, during the time he was with Cassie, she wasn't around that. She wasn't around. What the hell? Like, yeah, she talking about some shit that happened, you know what I mean, before they started investigating Diddy. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was no point for her to go up there, bro. That's why I said they be just
Pierce tried to get him a little something out of that by, did you ever sleep with Diddy?
he tried to be a little mess. He
You
tried to
know
get a
what
little
I'm saying?
messy.
Like,
He tried to get a little messy real
what
quick.
is that even? Why is that even relevant? Did you sleep with Diddy? Why is that relevant?
He
How's that
needed that
relevant to his trial?
because he needed that click, bro. That's the click right there. That's the click. Because they're trying to paint a narrative as like Diddy drugged her up. Because he's
Uh-huh.
trying to, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Morgan playing into
Right.
it. Like Piers
He
Morgan
playing
playing
into it.
into that shit, bro. That's why he asked that, because then he gonna follow up. Well, all right, if she didn't know that if she slept with Diddy or not, Piers Morgan gonna pose the question, were you under drugged or under some type of
Guaranteed they discussed that before they did that interview.
they discuss, yeah, bro. Her eyes scandaling around the
Yeah,
room.
you can tell that
Like
Pierce Morgan is a scumbag and this chick is
they
a
need
scumbag.
that was the deal right there. Listen, I need my name back out there. I can give you some stories about Diddy, but they try to put a twist on it and hype it up. And then look, that shit still just ain't play out. Everybody in the comments telling her go home, do something else. Like why the hell you even around? That's people mindset. Like you can't just pop up out of nowhere and then you go on Piers Morgan and you ain't got shit. You barely got anything to say. You just saying shit and then putting a spin on it. I guess she went up there. She probably studied the Jaguar shit and then went up there. You see what I'm saying? But she ain't do it right because her eyes ain't convincing like Jag's was telling the stories and shit.
That's
She
because
was
Jag actually believed her own lies.
right.
That's
Yeah,
why.
some
Delusional.
schizophrenic. Yeah, schizophrenic type shit. Right. But her,
Yeah,
she go up
Jag believed
there,
her own lies.
eyes scandaling around the room, the whole interview.
I mean, come on, around that time, you know this chick was taking drugs.
Yeah, she was. They was all taking
How you gonna
ecstasy
drug
and all
someone
that.
that willingly take drugs?
Makes no sense to me, bro.
That don't even make no damn sense.
Yeah, get overseen or overteen or whatever your name. Goddamn.
Ovaltine.
It's up out of here, bro.
Ovaltine.
Get her up out of here. Yo,
Living
get her
and shit. Ovaltine.
Overton and shit. Yeah, get Overton out of here.
Whatever she tried to change her name to.
Yeah, go ahead and get Overton out of here, bro. Overton, whatever the hell.
Yeah, hell no, they didn't call. Yeah, why did they call Jaguar? Since Jag knew all that information about Diddy, how come they didn't call her lying ass to the trial?
Her dumb ass wasn't around. Her dumb ass.
Since she know all the, and people act like they in church when they listening to Jag. They even believe in her like she the past, like she's a pastor and like breaking down the Bible with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, how you wasn't
Nah,
even
the
here?
book of
How
Hov. She breaking down the book of Hov and shit.
The book of Hov and the book of Diddy.
Jag could go up in the book of Hov library and actually incorporate herself in every little bit of story on that motherfucking exhibit. Jag is convinced you she was there.
And people be believing that shit, bro. She actually got a whole congregation.
Yeah, Diddy
that swear she God.
She never been around Diddy. She don't know Diddy. Never been around him. Never been in the same room with him. Don't know that nigga.
Never met that nigga in person.
She don't know that nigga
from
about a can of paint. She don't know that nigga from a can of paint.
You know all the rumors that we all know, and she had her little spin on there like she know, like she was there. She listened to a rumor. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I like that. I like that one. I'm gonna place myself inside that rumor.
Shit, at least Karrine Steffans was around Diddy.
Exactly. She actually met Diddy.
Right.
And she still was around. This woman met Diddy and she's still capping.
Yeah, she was around Diddy and still capping. Right. She was around Diddy and still capping, bro.
Jag got a bigger cat than Karrine.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that ain't even a competition. Shit. Hell yeah. That shit crazy as hell though.
Karrine got a little baseball cap, but motherfucking Jag got a sombrero. One of them big ass sombreros. So,
she got Zorro hat on and shit.
Exactly.
Big ass cat.
Exactly. The biggest cap you can find.
She capping bigger than them goddamn hats Gilly be wearing and shit. The big ass hats Gilly be wearing.
Big ass Eagles hats that Gilly be wearing. Hell yeah. Bigger than those.
Capping ass. That capping ass.
Oh yeah, and she rescued. Yeah, right. She rescued victims from Epstein Island too. Why they ain't get her on the stage? They ain't get her on the Epstein.
Man, they said, man, Fed
with
said,
Vaseline.
Man,
they ain't get her on the Diddy stage when they got Diddy, and she knew ins and outs about R. Kelly. Remember, she was hosting R. Kelly's daughter.
Man,
R. Kelly and Aaliyah's daughter. Y'all remember that shit? So she got the ins and outs. She got. I don't know why they ain't call her up on the stand. I don't know why the damn feds ain't called Jaguar right to the stand.
Cause they know her ass be capping and she wasn't around none of that shit. Cause if she was, they would have known. They like, I don't even see her in none of the pictures. Feds going through that shit. Now the feds, you know, they snap pictures, wiretaps, she ain't nowhere to be found on none of that shit. Not a picture, not a goddamn wiretap.
But she had videos.
They ain't even got her nowhere in the vicinity. They ain't catch the bitch walking past. They ain't get her peeking in somewhere. They ain't even film her as the Lord has goddamn roach in the wall. Like,
but she had the videos though. She claimed she had videos.
If she was there, the feds would have had pictures. Because the feds, you guarantee when the feds roll up on all those people that testified against Diddy, They had motherfucking pictures where they had they whole
Nigga.
file out. Yeah, you was here, there, and there at this time. Yeah. But I need you to lie here when you go in the courtroom. I need you to say that Diddy was doing such and such a thing at such and such a time, and they had the whole rollout. Jag wasn't nowhere in none of that shit. That's why they ain't never. Because people asking why the hell the feds ain't come to her to testify. Why? They
And she
know she
rescued
wasn't.
3 victims from Epstein Island. Let's not
Man,
forget about that.
Man, they look to. They
Oh,
know.
she seen DJ Khaled. She seen DJ Khaled giving head.
Man,
She seen
right.
DJ Khaled giving head. She rescued 3 women from Epstein Island, and she seen Beyonce and Jay-Z put girls in suitcases and throw them in the alleyway.
Bro,
He seen all that. So
man,
that
they knew Jag would have fucked that case all the way up. The feds knew they ain't gonna bring her cuckoo bird ass in there. They like she gonna come here and mess the whole case up. They probably was kind of skeptical
Yeah,
when I went down to the trial that one day. Jag had to get the hell up out of there though. You know she got 2 federal warrants on her, so she couldn't stay there. She couldn't stay there too long. Jag, Jag got
out of there quick.
Jag got to the goddamn Jag ass got to the goddamn the damn trial with a brother polite hat on and shit. The nigga she was with had on a kufi and he ain't even Muslim. I'm like, yo, these niggas on some weird ass black polite panther type shit. I'm like, y'all niggas ain't Black Panthers or none of that shit.
More like crack Panthers. The crack Panthers.
Said the
The fuck the crack Panthers, bro. Like
the crack Panthers. Yo, this nigga said the crack Panthers.
Exactly.
They on that shit. They was down there on that shit.
Definitely ain't no Black Panthers.
Hell no.
They have to be the crack Panthers.
Goddamn lying. They got Jag lying ass down the courtroom with a brother polite hat on, trying to say I knew this day was coming. And you ain't know shit, nigga. You knew just as much as the rest of us knew, nigga.
Exactly. She knew the rumors
Fuck
just like
outta
the
here.
rest of us.
Talking about I knew this day was coming, and you ain't know shit. You ain't know a goddamn thing. Jag crazy as shit, bro.
Hey man, she seen a lot of bad things in her life. She seen Beyonce and Jay-Z put girls in a suitcase and throw them in the alleyway. What's more trauma based than that?
And then she woke up.
I mean, she could write movies and books and shit, like, you know, fictional shit. Fictional shit, because she good at making up stories. Like, she has a theatric twist to these rumors, to the point where it sounds so convincing and so entertaining that you just gotta believe it's the truth. It's so entertaining.
Hey, I'm like, bitch, you just performed with Jay-Z. You ain't had. She said she got pregnant by him, had sex with him in the closet, got pregnant. I'm like, bitch, you was on the stage pregnant with your son. So how the hell you get pregnant by Jay-Z in the goddamn closet? That sounds dumb as shit, bro.
It's entertaining though. It don't matter how dumb it sounds to us. It's entertaining,
crazy,
and that's
bro.
what Karrine is trying to do here. Karrine is just.
Oh, so you think she trying to study that dumb shit like Orlando Brown and them and come out doing some shit?
I mean, she suck at it, but it seems like the irony. Her name's SuperHead. She suck at it. If that's what she's trying to do, cause she just looking lost and confused up there.
Yeah,
did you sleep with Diddy? Maybe. What, bitch? What are you talking about? Well, did he drug you? Did he give you drugs? Like, what the? Yo,
Paris Morgan, you don't set the goofy ass up.
They goofy as hell on that show. I knew he was goofy when he bought Jag on the show. We knew he was goofy. Right. That shit was goofy.
That shit was crazy, bro.
You goofy as hell, Pierce. And Karrine just as goofier.
Yeah, her motherfucking eyes scanning around the room, trying to talk and shit like, bitch, you just trying to make up any old goddamn thing while you there. It's like, I know I got one time to be here, so I gotta do the most cuckoo bird ass shit. so I can go viral. And look, they got us dumbasses talking about it. You know what I mean? They got it in the media. They got people talking about it. But listen, she ain't go up there and say nothing. Like, bitch, you wasn't even around during the time Diddy was being investigated for that Cassie stuff. So it's
Exactly.
like you up there just looking stupid.
She wasn't around the time Cassie was. She wasn't around Cassie and none of them at all. That bitch might have been pre-Cassie.
She was pre-Cassie, bro.
Yeah, pre-Cassie. She was putting fingers in Diddy's butt pre-Cassie.
Yeah, that's pre-Cassie shit.
That's Kim around Kim time.
Right.
That's Kim time. She was putting fingers in Diddy's butt around Kim time.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, bro.
And Jag was never there. Jag wasn't around no time. So I don't even know why the hell Pierce even had her up there talking about Diddy and Jay-Z. She was just around Jay-Z for a small. She had one gig with Jay-Z. One gig. And she seen all that. You mean to tell me he revealed that side of himself just in one gig's time? You know what I mean?
She knew all that shit in one gig's time.
If he wild like that, he would have been in jail. You mean to tell me the first time you met Jay, you see him stuff girls in a suitcase and throw them in the alleyway?
Bro,
that's some crazy ass shit. I think that nigga would have been with the jail.
Man, Jag
a long ass time ago. Yeah, she did it right at the MTV Unplugged studio, huh? He just threw bitches in the MTV alleyway. She back there, he was doing that shit right on MTV movie set. He just threw the bitch in the alleyway in the suitcase right at MTV, huh?
Yeah.
That's crazy. She's singing on stage and Beyonce in the back stuffing bitches inside of a suitcase and throwing them in the alleyway of MTV's alleyway.
That nigga say,
yo, they would get her goofy ass out of here.
That nigga said he revealed all that shit in one working day.
He showed that side of himself in that little bit ass time. You only did one gig with the nigga and he showed that side to you already? God damn.
Like Jag didn't even say a third party told her.
Exactly.
She heard it through the grapevine. None of that shit playing with Jag. Jag said, I was there.
Stuffing those I ain't those suitcases and discarding their bodies in the alleyway like trash.
She said, I ain't hear shit from the grapevine or nothing. I was there, nigga. I seen them do it. She said, I seen them do it. I was there. Yeah, she was there when Aaliyah plane went down. Jag was the first one there to witness this shit. Not like,
nigga,
yo.
She was there to tell. She told Aaliyah you shouldn't stuff all that stuff in that plane anyway. She was there and told her that. Like, damn, Aaliyah, you gotta take some of this shit off this plane. Plus, I think they trying to set you up.
It's crazy.
Oh no, my bad. She said that they drugged Aaliyah and put her on the plane against her will. My bad. That's what she said.
Yeah, Jag placed herself in every situation that ever happened in the industry. And she knows what happened before it happened and after it happened.
Yo, Jag is like the movie The Old Guard and shit on Netflix. She's one of them niggas. They was around doing all that shit that went down. Jag was down. Jag was around when Jesus was on a crucifix.
Yeah, that's the reason
when
why
they crucified Jesus. Jag was around to instigate that.
Yeah, she seen who.
I told Jesus not to trust that motherfucker Judas. I knew Judas was a snake as soon as I met him.
Jag can tell you she knew who gave Judas the 30 pieces of silver, all that shit, bro. She witnessed it all. Like, you know what I mean? That's why she carrying them bags and shit, them Roman apple drinking bag, whatever them little ass bags she be carrying. Crown Royal.
And it wasn't just Judas, it was John the Baptist set him up too. She didn't just bring other niggas' names up. John the Baptist was there too with Judas, selling him out. John the Baptist just didn't get caught.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Get her the fuck out of here. And that's the type people Pierce have on this show.
Yeah,
Pierce Morgan. This bitch out of the shadows.
Yeah, Pierce Morgan. One of them. Yeah, Pierce Morgan on some he on some clickbait shit, but he also knows if he get them on there, people he know that it's going to get posted by the blogs and shit like that. So he's tapping into a certain, because he's from mainstream media. So now he on some independent shit. So he just watching and
He gotta be
seeing what
messy
people
like
looking at.
he gotta
Yeah,
be
he
messy
gotta be
like the
messy,
rest of
right?
them.
All right, look at Shannon Sharp. His shit had to get messy.
It's the platform, nigga.
Yeah,
You don't know
yeah.
where you gonna end up
You
at
don't know
next month.
facts. You don't know where you're gonna end up at.
Like that
You might
nigga was
end
just on mainstream media eating good. Now he's trying to stick it out with the niggas that's independent now.
Yep.
So he got to do independent things. And
Yes.
that puts you at risk for getting sued. That's why his ass almost got sued by Jay-Z. Chasing some of them stories can get you sued by certain people.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So he's
know.
so that goes to show he in the pits. He in the pits with the rest of the motherfucking content creators. He ain't big no more like he was.
No.
Let's be real. When you get down to the pits, sometimes you got risk being sued.
Ask Tasha K. She'll tell you firsthand.
Exactly.
Boy.
Tasha K tell you firsthand about that.
Tasha K. She'll tell you show you firsthand. This what can happen. You trying to get messy. Get your ass sued out here. But yeah,
that's why everybody be throwing around that allegedly.
Right. You'll see Jag interviewing. You're gonna end up having Jag talking to this dodo bird. Then they both gonna be on there lying about being that Diddy freak off, and they seen shit. Look, they both gonna be on there. Watch, you gonna see her on there with Jag. Jag try to go talk to everybody that talk about Diddy. She be trying to get them on, you know what I mean, on an interview or some shit like that. I'm like, shit.
Somebody said
Hey.
Steffan and Jag should team up and write crazy stories about celebrities they never been with. Shit, the difference between Steffan and Jag, Steffan probably have been with those damn celebrities.
Yeah,
Jag
she
wasn't.
been around.
Yeah.
She been around.
Karrine was around more than Jag was in the industry, so she probably was messing around with all them entertainers and been with most of them at those Diddy parties.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Jag wasn't. Let's get that
wasn't,
shit
man.
clear from the beginning. Jag wasn't. Jag was part of the Neo Soul, you know what I mean, squad, and that's all she was really around.
Yeah,
and the only thing outside of that was the Jay-Z shit, the MTV Unplugged.
Oh yeah, she got invited to the 40/40, I think, when they had the first Rock Nation brunch. Yeah, that was like
you talking Rock Nation brunch? I thought you was gonna talk about
nah.
Bought to what's the names? The president's mansion in
Mar-a-Lago
Florida.
and shit? Oh,
yeah.
Nah. Yeah. But yeah, bro, this Karrine shit, bro. Yeah, she trying to get her bread up off them interviews. Wow, you gonna see us spinning the block, ending up back on Vlad and shit. Watch. Like when you start seeing them in the media like that, yeah, they trying to make their runs.
Yeah, so she could push her them books that she wrote and any new project she got coming.
Yeah, listen,
she's only doing this as a PR run, so yeah, she's just getting her bread.
Yeah, I don't knock you for doing that, but lying and shit. Like, nigga already down. Like, you just stomping that nigga down into the goddamn ground. That nigga already down. Like, dang, they coming there and lying and shit.
Yeah, them niggas will stomp you out to you all out of Sonic rings, bro. Your Sonic rings being a negative and shit. They gonna stop. You know what I mean? Anybody who even like, you know what I mean, walk past Diddy, might not even have met him or anybody. You walk by him, they got a story about Diddy. Yeah, I walked by Diddy and he touched my ass as I walked by. Like,
no Diddy. Pause.
Like, everybody got a story. Everybody gonna have a Diddy story when you can get bread off of it. When you could get Sonic rings off of it.
Yeah, shit crazy though. Yeah, this shit crazy.
Man,
niggas coming out the woodwork.
She's just trying.
Yeah, I ain't knocking nobody hustle and shit. Like, I know she trying to sell her books and all. I ain't knocking nobody for how they get into it, but you gotta move with some type of motherfucking integrity, like all that lying and shit and saying the nigga drugged you and all that. Like the nigga already in jail. Like, what's the point?
Well, you know, in this business, most people don't have the ethics part.
Hey, like, what's the point?
You know, the people who get
Doing
the
too
furthest in
much.
the business don't have any ethics at all. But then they have the biggest falls too.
Hey, like
The people with no business ethics, they have the biggest come ups, but they also have the biggest falls.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just people with no business ethics.
Right.
And that's just how it is. They do come up though. Motherfuckers, they ain't got no business ethics. They come up big time. But when they fall, man, do they fall. A lot of them motherfuckers end up doing time or die broke, get taken out broke.
Yeah.
All types of shit be happening to them.
All the time.
All the time, yeah. I mean, but that's that industry though. That industry, there's no ethics in that industry. There's no integrity in that industry. We all know that. And that's why Diddy's going through what he's going through now, whether he trafficked or not, because he ain't had no business ethics. Eventually, that shit gonna catch up to you.
He had it up to a certain point.
I don't even, bro. The way they talked about Diddy as far as the business side of things, it seemed like he never had ethics. Like,
I forgot. It was early. Yeah, it was early on. Yeah, because they said Suge Knight had to get Mary J. Blige. Had to basically go up there and vouch for Mary J. Blige on some shit.
How come all his artists were broke?
That was early on. That was early on and shit.
But just think about it. How all his artists
dead and broke.
But how? Yeah, but they was even broke while they was with him though.
Well, nigga gonna take you for everything.
They was broke while they were with him and broke after they left.
Or
I mean, at least you can say about Jay-Z artists, them niggas was eating.
Still are, still is.
Exactly. A lot of them niggas that was around Jay-Z, even the niggas that like, look all the shit that Beans got and all the shit that all them niggas.
Like when you make a
like
name,
crazy.
is when you make a name, you know, stay consistent.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, but
he actually, them niggas was actually making money over. But I guess a lot of people said it was Dame behind a lot of people making money over there too. It was the fact that the whole team, but nobody was really making money with Bad Boy. Diddy was taking everything. That's the point that we making. Like, motherfuckers was not making no money with Bad Boy like that, except him. Everybody was trying to get out of their contracts. Biggie was trying to get out of his shit. The Locks was trying to get out of their shit. Mary J. Blige was trying to get out of her shit, but she had never admitted she was trying to get out of her shit. The band was trying to get out of their shit. Nobody went. Craig Mack. Nobody wanted to stay there because they felt like he was stiffing them on the business side because he had let them put one album out and then the rest of them shits to be sitting on the shelf and they can't go nowhere else to make music.
Nope.
That's really bad business. That's really bad business, bro.
All right.
That shit catch up to you.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's why he was trying to give all that shit back, even though he really wasn't, but he act like he was giving all them they publishing back and all that. Like, damn, nigga, this shit ain't worth nothing.
Yeah, he gonna use it up and then give it to him back after it's all used up and nobody's even using that shit for licensing. The only shit that they really people still use it for licensing is the shit like he got the Biggie's classical shit. Some Mary J. Blige and some Faith Evans here and there.
Right. Yeah, that yeah, that shit was.
Oh yeah, he killed Cassie's career too. Shit.
He
killed Cassie's career before that shit. He just turned her into a jump off.
That's it.
Yeah, he just turned her. That was it. That's all. He just used her as a sex doll. She ain't had no type of career. I mean, she made money off of being his sex doll though. She got 30 mil out of that just recently.
Mm-hmm.
Who can say they came up with 30 mil just like that? 30 mil? And then she still goes, damn, 30 mil, she still went to testify.
That was that was the feds. Feds subpoenaed her ass to come to
But she
court.
still took that 30 mil.
Yeah, she took that. She took 20 mil from him and 10 from the hotel. And yeah, I mean, and it's like, nah, it's all in. We want you to take them for the money, and we want you to testify.
Somebody said Cassie did not have the talent. Man, you know how many motherfuckers made it that didn't have talent and they just used the studio to back them up? Motherfuckers like Britney Spears and all. Really, no damn talent. But you can still make them motherfuckers a star though. So they ain't had nothing to do with it. Diddy could have easily put her on the hit record. And then she had hits and then put her album out right after that.
But she is on some you know, they was on some other freaky shit. Instead of getting to the business, they was doing more partying and getting to the business.
Shit, he was doing both because he had that Ciroc. He didn't really have to do music like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it wasn't no part. Yeah, it wasn't no.
That's why.
Yeah,
that's another reason
most
why
of them
Cassie
parties,
ain't really because
right.
she ain't really have to do music because them niggas was eating off that alcohol.
Yeah, most of them parties was about selling that De Leon and Ciroc.
Facts.
Cause he ain't really need the money, like the music wasn't really paying like the alcohol was. So he just
still used music as promotion, basically,
right.
Like most people do.
He just he just
Promotion
throw
for
parties
something
and had that shit sponsored by De Leon and Ciroc, shit like that. Just throw parties and sponsor that shit. Have everybody drinking it. Yeah.
Yeah, you know he missed those. You know he missed those days already.
Man, shit, it's them very days.
You know, Diddy missed those days already, boy.
Man, he better be missing his family more than that shit. I'll tell you that.
He missing all that shit.
All that
he
shit
missing
ain't
everything.
worth it.
Family, the consistent money getting, the all the ass kissing that people had to do around them. All of that.
Y'all crazy.
Somebody said Diddy will party again. He rise up and start partying again.
He said his party days ain't
he
over.
Having fun in jail. He having fun in jail.
They saying that nigga walked in there, got a standing ovation and shit. From the
Oh yeah, he got a standing ovation in jail, right?
From the prisoners and some of the goddamn guards.
Cause he probably was in there telling them, you know what I mean, what really went down.
Nah,
he
probably,
they all got to hear the full story from him in there. That's why you gotta think about it. We ain't seeing that part. Like we ain't seeing the part where he was basically throughout the whole case talking to the people that was giving him the standing ovation. He probably was telling them all that. Yeah, he set me up. This Jane Doe, she lying. This, you know how he do.
Nah, but niggas,
he finally got his justice.
And then niggas don't nobody really care for the feds that much. So any win, it's not easy beating the feds, bro. That shit is not easy, and that shit cost them a lot of money. Like that shit wasn't.
Yeah, but he ain't beat the feds though because they still got him on 2 charges.
But yeah, but you got
arrogant. You see how arrogant those agents were when they left that damn court.
But the thing is,
got him. Yeah, the big thing there they didn't stick.
The thing is, this
he
is
still
the
get 10 years for each.
This is the difference, though. Usually, dudes that get spanked in them cases by the feds, they never get none of that shit back that they lost. This nigga still walks away wealthy. They unfreeze all this shit after this. Like, that's the difference. A lot of them people that go through the feds lose everything. They don't got shit. This nigga still went through the feds. Yeah, I mean, got the the charges that he got, but he's still able to hold on to his assets.
Yeah, on paper, people don't have.
You know what I'm saying? He still get to hold on to his assets. Them niggas, the rest of them niggas that didn't went through the feds, they had to give up everything. Most of them niggas snitched. They had to give up everything. Feds, you know what I mean, confiscate everything. They never get shit back. But this nigga somehow still got his homes. Remember, look, they just said he wanted to go back to Star Island. This nigga still own all his homes that he owned. He still get to hold on to his assets. Somebody say assets.
That's because they waited so long to get him. He was able to make a hell of a lot of money in amount of time from when they started investigating him up to when they actually indicted him. They
but I think I think what saved him was just the parties that he chose to do with his own chick, bring prostitutes in, and because that's the shit they really. All that other shit was just smokescreen. All them throwing out the shit about the parties and groups of freak offs and shit, but it ain't even come to about the group freak offs. That shit was about Diddy in a room with his chick and a prostitute in there.
Yeah, y'all right. They ain't done with him yet. We still saying he got bread.
Yeah, they ain't done with him. Yeah.
That shit
they want his
real fast,
I
bro.
thought they want that nigga broke, and they don't want his legacy living on or none of that shit. They want that nigga broke, and I mean, done. They want him broke.
Shit, it looked like Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate, even though they got hit with shit over there, they still got bread. So some people still get hit with that type shit. Yeah,
right.
Still able to hold on to their bread, and all they stuff was frozen also.
Yeah.
So that goes to show you. You know, some of these motherfuckers probably got crypto stashed away too.
That's a fact. Hell yeah, he do too.
Exactly.
A lot of them niggas. Some of them niggas caught on to that Bitcoin wave when that hit back in 2009.
Yeah.
Bitcoin can't. Yep.
The Bitcoin shit. And that NFT shit.
Yeah. Like if you was a person that was at a certain, like you was in on it.
Right.
So a lot of these niggas is holding. That's why Bitcoin up so high, because a lot of people holding that Bitcoin shit.
That's another whole live stream right there. But that is one of the factors of why they can still have bread.
That's why they taking a lot of these dudes out, because some of these people got in early. Yeah. That put them at a certain position up in the financial world.
I think that's what happened too. Some of them were able to buy a hell of a lot because everybody heard that the system was switching to digital. Yeah. So the celebrities heard that, and they actually had the bread to buy a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
They bought so much that it actually got them canceled because they're like, we can't let them run around with this much.
Yeah, it's like competition. It's like, you know what I mean? They don't want no type of competition that they gotta, especially from the entertainment world.
Right. I mean, that's what happened to Nipsey a little bit. Nipsey was on that Bitcoin shit so real early, and he had bread, so no telling how much and if he was on that shit, Diddy knew about it. He was around Diddy talking about that blockchain shit.
Hell yeah.
So you already know that nigga's on it. So I mean, a lot of them already knew that was coming. So yeah, they probably got a lot of bread.
Yeah.
Just I mean, because you gotta think about how much Bitcoin went up. If they was investing in that shit in 2009 and 2010 and 2011,
yeah, even 2000 up to like 2000, maybe 16.
If they was investing in that shit, that type bread that they got, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of niggas are in position because of that Bitcoin shit. Yup.
And that's what we trying to tell y'all on these streams, that a lot of this shit is going on to distract us from the money system about to change over.
Like one of the very most important meetings happened today within that world, and you gotta be on a certain frequency to even tap into paying attention to that shit. Most people caught up
paying attention soon.
Yeah, most people got caught up in this shit today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like me, I was on it early in the morning when that fucking meeting took place. I was up watching it. I wanted to hear everything they said in that crypto meeting. In that
I don't even need to hear what the fuck they saying. We know the
yeah,
direction all this is going.
yeah, we know what direction is going
We
in,
know
but
what direction this is going. We know that they getting rid of cash for real. They want everybody to
right,
be spending digital currency. And that's what this is all about. Everything switching to digital currency.
yeah, I had to hear everything that was going on with that shit real quick. Cause you gotta
But
know
you
where this
always
shit
say
going.
what they distracting us from. Y'all conspiracy theorists and all of what are they distracting us from? We telling y'all the money system is changing. That's what they distracting everybody from. This is the time where you either going to be extremely rich. The decisions you make now is going to decide whether you're going to be extremely rich in the next couple of years or in extreme poverty.
Extreme poverty.
Because once this system switch,
you
and it's
don't know where
already
you might end
switching,
up.
it's doing it
Right.
slow, it's doing it slowly, but it's constantly switching. But most people are not paying attention to it. Yeah, but once that last switch get hit and everything goes digital, everything goes online, I'm telling you right now, there's going to be a lot of extremely wealthy people and there's going to be a lot of extremely broke people. Because there's some people that know for sure that's the direction they going, and they was able to invest some serious bread in that.
Yep.
At an early time. I mean, it's just like the .com boom when the computers and shit took off and websites took off. The www.com boom. When that shit took off, a lot of people got extremely wealthy, but a lot of people were left out. Same thing when they first launched Amazon or they first launched Netflix. People who bought early shares in that shit. But this is even bigger than all of that because this dealing with the whole financial system, which is quadrillions of dollars. Like you could get up to the hundreds of quadrillions of dollars when you're dealing with finance, and then add derivatives and stocks and bonds and all that type of shit. You add all of that, man, you in the quadrillions. That market cap is way bigger than Apple or Amazon or Tesla. That ain't shit compared to what's coming.
Facts.
That ain't shit compared to what's coming. That's what's happening right now. There's some people that's gonna be trillionaires right off the grid. Trillionaires right off the grid. Soon as that shit flip and everything flips on, and the way we sending money back and forth, all that shit, everything's gonna change.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna start seeing more artificial intelligence, more automated shit, and it's gonna be hard to deal with cash in society because all the major people is gonna want digital currency because it's fast, it's easy, it's in real time, and the industry is gonna be pushing for that.
And it's very cost effective too. Like you paying less just to transfer money, and you don't have to wait 5 to 7 business days. That shit is like right away for low cost.
We talking bank to bank.
Yeah, this is institutional shit right
here.
Yeah,
this ain't like Cash App and shit like that. We talking bank to bank, like global.
This shit is straight up big institutions.
Right.
Working with the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, because that part of the system
working with World Bank.
Digital.
Yeah, they working with big institutions right now.
Digital. It's digital, but it's slow ass digital. It didn't switch to the tech digital with the blockchain. It didn't switch to blockchain. Some parts of the financial system already switched, and they're beta testing it.
Yeah, the banks right now
so
using
certain
cryptos and shit. Yep. Like right now, the banks in different institutions is using the technology now.
So while they got us distracted with Diddy and Jay and Tyler Perry and all these motherfuckers, They got us distracted with that while they changing the money system up. But the people who's paying attention is going to become millionaires and billionaires.
Yeah. And and that's how it basically. That's how it is. Like you have your new, entrepreneurs and your new people that's in financial spaces, out with the old, in with the new. That's basically what's happening. Out with the old, in with the new.
And the thing is, it's going to influence the people who didn't invest in it when they see the people who did invest in it early living real good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're like, damn, now that's going to force everybody, that's going to influence everybody else into that market.
Yeah.
And then people going to just not start, people ain't going, and people barely dealing with cash now, but it's going to be even crazier once they launch that system. Because, I mean, you got to think of people barely dealing with cash now since Cash App, PayPal, and all that shit came out.
Yeah, but now everything is switched to digital wallets.
Exactly.
And that's going to be connected to your social media and your phone.
And your state issue ID in the United States.
Yeah, your real ID. Right. All that shit's going to be connected to your real ID. Yup, your social media. And because we're dealing with digital wallets now, so everything is going to be done, transactions is going to be done through the digital wallets, from wallet to wallet, ledger to ledger, shit like that, in a matter of seconds though. Because when you do transfers, you got to wait. They always tell you 5 to 7 business days or 3 to 5 business days, and they still charge you that fee. Like you send $1,000 and they charging you like $13, $14, some 20 up to 20 something dollars just to transfer 1,000. With the new technology, you ain't gonna have to worry about none of that. So that's where we heading. That's where we going, and people just ain't paying attention. And it's not for everybody to pay attention to that. It's all whoever comes across the information and retains it and uses it. That's up to the individual. So,
yo, in case y'all haven't already, make sure y'all like this video. And we also got a sale going on nightandayherbals.com. That's what we sponsor by. We sponsor our own show. The link is pinned to the top. We got 35% off on all our herbal products. We got CBD, all natural CBD, grown organically. We got wild sea moss on there. We got detoxes. We got soaps, body oils, hair care products, and all other types of stuff on there. So check us out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Y'all want to support nightandayherbals.com. The link is pinned to the top of the chat, and it's going to be pinned to the description box for those of y'all who's watching later. Yeah, but this, we know these motherfuckers just trying to shine. Get some shine out here off Diddy name while it's popping. Even though she ain't had shit to say on Piers Morgan.
She ain't had shit to say on there, bro.
She still was able to promote those books.
Get her ass out of here.
She's still able to promote her books that she wrote. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. And Piers Morgan was able to be messy. And basically ask her, did Diddy drug her and have sex?
Diddy drug. All right. Get your messy ass out of here, Karrine, Steffans. Yo, make sure y'all double tap the screen, like this video, share this video if you can. And then we're going to catch y'all on the next live. Facts. All right, y'all. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Shop now at nightandayherbals.com and enjoy 35% off all our herbal CBD products. Automatically applied at checkout.